Okay, good morning, students. Am I audible to you people?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Okay, dear students, I welcome you people for your retail management class, module 3. Okay, this will be discussed on how information system, okay, and as well as supply chain management. All together, they are going to help any retailer in bringing highest satisfaction to the customers as well as to his own business. So here these are two things which will be helping him to reduce his overhead cost. Fine. Just hold on. Okay. So we go one by one with the basic concept of supply chain management and logistics. Okay, this supply chain will be helping. This is a connection, or you can say that more value can be created by using this supply chain management. Okay, from say that from the manufacturer till the end user or the customers, whatever the retailer will do. Okay, that everything depends on how best a supply chain has been used by a retailer in having satisfaction for him as well as for the customers, because this is a value chain which is like a process which includes like outbound logistics and inbound logistics, along with handling the materials into the shop. Even it includes inventory management, right? Storage, okay, where certain material handling equipments are used, certain process is going to be used, and those process completely depends on how best the value can be generated by this each and every step which is included into the supply chain management. Okay, now as we know that the supply chain management is like a network which is being constructed between say the retailer basically with the distributors or suppliers, or maybe a manufacturers along with the transporters who will be helping in transporting the material from the manufacturer to the retailer, and to the retailer from the from the retailer to the say the customers. So the transporters, then the storage facility which includes certain land, building, certain equipments which they are going to use while maintaining the inventory, fine, the products or merchandise, and also to meet the demand of required merchandise into the market. So for that, certain predictions is going to be done at what may be the probable demand can raise in particular time period given. Okay, and how much the inventory has to be stored into the yeah, the maybe into the your inventory management. Fine. So for all those things, certain storage facilities required. Okay, as well as I told you, distributor suppliers, which will be having a very crucial part into the production process of the product, as well as the service. Then how best the delivery has been done, and also the sale of the product, which will be converted into moving from goods of I mean converted into from the raw material to the finished goods and making them to reach to the end users. So it's something, it is like product that will be converted and which are going to move to the customers in the form of goods or complete maybe complete service also sometimes. So second one, like it distributes the process and people which is involved in converting and conveying the goods from the raw materials to the end users at a total. And we have like certain activities which this includes like close to the raw material stage. From there, you say that it will be reaching the end customers after refining the raw materials into finished goods. So these stage are known as upstream activities, and activities between the manufacturer and the end customers, and also we can say it as downstream. Even in simpler word, we can say it as like the inbound logistics and outbound logistics, where we people talk about these inbound logistics into supply chain management always talks about what you people are going to procure from the many certain manufacturers as a retailer, fine. So what may be a semi-finished goods or maybe a finished goods, maybe certain parts which you are going to use it for assembling into your products. So maybe the n number of the ways we people are going to get material from the manufacturers. Now we say that whatever the material which has been transported or shifting from the manufacturer to the retailers, we say it as an inbound logistics because that comes into the retail store. And outbound logistics talks about something like the material which has been maybe reselling type of concept, it may be with the retailer, or sometimes what happens, he is going to use the material from the manufacturers which has been come into the form of inbound logistics. You are going to use it, okay, assembling being a part of the main product. Fine. So ultimately, the end product which is ready to ship, okay, from the retailer to the customers or end users, we say it as outbound logistics. Whichever the activities people take, how best people are going to store them, and how people are going to transport them to the uh, customers. We say it as outbound logistics. Fine. So these are same, the synapse were like upstream activities and downstream activities. Fine. Okay. Now we have something parts of certain parts of the supply chain, which includes basically a supply, which will be the major focus on the raw materials, which will be supplied from the maybe maybe sometimes semi manufacturing type of raw materials which will be supplied from one of the other manufacturer to the retailer, which will be including how, okay, when, and which form, from which type of location that you people are going to procure. We have something like called as source, from where you people identify what you want as a retailer, and you people are going to procure them. So that's what we say it as a supply. So when we talk about second part of the supply chain management, this talks about something like manufacturing, which is giving more focus on how best that you people can convert these raw materials into the finished products. Right? So these finished products ultimately are going to reach to the customers. Now this distribution also one part of the supply chain, which includes like it focuses on ensuring that all the products, okay, whatever has been manufactured for a certain purpose and for certain segmented customers, they are going to reach the customers with certain network or certain type of distributors by use of by the use of distributors, then warehouse, and ultimately retailer. So any manufacturer, he looks that whatever has been manufactured by him, how best it can be distributed among the customers with the various needs, as well as catering different segments, okay, reaching different segments with the required material. So that requires the help of the distributors, then also warehouses which they can keep certain materials in certain areas, and they can be covering certain geographical area. In fact, they're going to cover certain geographical area. For that, to make customers get the products in time, or maybe the manufacturers want to reach its customers with a certain time specified by customers to cater the demand of them. At that time, warehouses will be helping a lot, because in advance certain material will be stored. Immediately it can make, a manufacturer can make their products reach their customers. Fine. So this includes even warehousing, as well as retailers, where they are going to break into the bulk, where huge material will be breaked, and some unit wise materials will be sold to the customer. So ultimately they are going to use their idea in the form of breaking the bulk, buying it bulk from the distributors, and they are going to distribute them to the customers, okay, as a retailer, by dividing the materials as per the requirement of the customers on the basis of unit. So we have certain objectives of SCM here. Okay, supply chain. What the reason behind that why that any retailers or say manufacturer will be taking it as a very serious part into the making reach the customers with their demand. So here we have certain objectives to provide an uninterrupted flow of goods and services, because as I told you, this supply chain can help any retailer to reduce his overhead cost of a business. Fine. So where the smooth flow of operation happens with a very specific and well planned, supply chain management, which will be helping them that any stage of, reaching a customer from the manufacturer, whatever has been produced, that will not be interrupted. Fine. So there will be no hurdles if it is well planned, okay, well equipped with the required technology also. Fine. Second, we have like to meet the quality criteria where the supply chain management also looks for only just not transferring the say the raw material till it becomes a finished goods. It also looks for that how best the supply chain can bring a quality into the process, right? As well as the quality into the products and services and how best it can be added to the satisfaction of the customers. Fine. It may be in the form of material used. It may be in the form of the time which you people are going to reach, or it may be a overall service that you people are going to give it to the needy people in the process, or up to the customers. So it also having an idea or gives an idea to the retailer how best the reduction into the inventory can happen. Okay, so the inventory, managing inventory is also a type of a cost which will be incurred to buy a retailer or distributor or even a manufacturer. Here, how best the reduction of the cost can be done. Okay, this SCM can help any needy person who are involved into production and keeping them also storing them and then later on distributing it to the customers. So for them it is very good where the proper planning or proper application of this supply chain management will be helping any retailer or manufacturer in reducing his inventory investment, okay, to the extended possible how much it is. So maybe the technology which has been advanced into this supply chain management can also help them. Fine. And also can be making them to get the proper returns on the basis of investment, as well as maybe the quality material along with the price what they can bet into the market. So somewhere like this, and then we have like to offer high customer services, low inventory management, and also low cost. As I told you, people where basically this SCM will be helping you people to reduce the inventory cost. Fine. So what happens? This becomes like each unit will be having its own cost of being into the storage. So that what we set as unit cost being into the inventory. So what it makes is like the proper planning can be done, like shifting maybe the flow what we say no, the flow from say manufacturer till it reaches the end customers. They see to it that whatever has been manufactured as per the demand, it suddenly the movement will be very high, especially in this SCM. Here they try to reduce the inventory, okay, to the possible extent what I said. To the possible extent, it has to be reduced. Only that can happen if the flow is uninterrupted, and the material has to pass in a such a way that immediately after the production it has to move. It shouldn't be stored in a particular place for a longer time. So they see to it that how much demand is there in the market and how much it has to be produced and how it has to be transferred. Okay, that all things come into your this SCM, where as I told you it will be helping high customer services, giving more satisfaction to the customers in reaching the product, okay, reaching them with the product required at the time, and also as I told low inventory management. Fine. And also we say it as unit cost per item which has been stored or transported will be reduced. So we have next to ensure quick responses to the customer changes, because demand can shift high or low. It all depends. Sometimes certain amount of products, sorry, different maybe different products has ups and downs. Today product A may be in the demand, tomorrow suddenly demand B, for the product B comes, but the B has to be ready for dispatch. Somehow see to it that this SCM can also helping them in proper planning of which product and how it has to be stored and how it has to be made reach to the customers. So next we have to ensure quick response to the customer changes. Sorry, done. We have next like to select and maintain competent suppliers, where even the supply chain is something like a controlling device which will be bounding almost all the players which are involved into the supply chain. It may be a manufacturer, it may be a distributor, it may be somewhere a storing a place that a person which is responsible for that. Okay, there are companies which will be selling their storing places, fine, them as well as the retailer and the customer. So everybody whosoever is involved into the supply chain management, that will be helping, having like controlling over each and every activities which is involved. So that's why it will be selecting and maintaining the competent suppliers, where supplier also get upgraded because of the need for the hour to maintain themselves for being into the supply chain, a process. So we have certain also components of supply chain management. This is a common thing which almost all when it comes to the management we do, like having good planning, because supply chain requires a plan into the retail. The proper planning has to be done, because it may be a reverse engineering sometime. We look for we product something like a prediction is done by retailer, that what may be the probable demand can be generated for the n number of products, and how best can be stored and made it reach to the customers. Somewhere like a reverse in ulta it comes, like reverse, where it starts from the customer and they are going to bring that information to the notice of the manufacturer. So manufacturer will be planning it properly, that how much has to be produced as per demand which going to be potentially into the market, and along with that, he will be planning that how much has to be produced, how it has to be transported, where it has to be stored, and how it has to be distributed. So everything comes under like planning. Then they want to find the best sources which will be helping to maintain this supply chain. Fine. Any source with respect to the storage, with respect to the transportation, with respect to the raw materials, and etc. So procurement, when we say, this is also type of a decision which has to be taken, where when and how, okay, what has to be procured is a very questionable one. So when it comes about procurement, it may be a raw material, or it may be a semi like semi finished goods, some basic parts of it. For some industry it may be a finished goods, but somebody it may be something like a semi finished one, where it is going to be assembled into some machines or some other products, and ultimately that products become finished one. So it all depends on what has to be procured, when has to be, when it has to be procured. So all those things has to be clearly mentioned. Even it includes the quality of the procurement, also the quantity which has to be decided upon. So next we have like selling it, how best. This talks about a distribution. Fine. Once the demand is raised into the market, how best you people can distribute and the products and reach the customers according to their requirement at the time. Then we have next return and exchange. These all things also happen sometime. The product which has been sold to the customers, it comes under the warranty or guarantee, whatever. And that service has to be given, where the materials has to be taken back from the customers to the manufacturer. So it's a very bigger problem it is, especially the supply chain management. It includes as a component one or the other way the problem can be faced by a manufacturer, where the goods are going to be returned to the manufacturer due to some minor defect sometime. Okay. Or maybe the functioning problem of the products. So they come back to the manufacturers. Even that is the very biggest cost and loss to the manufacturer, if the sold products once again they come back, because that includes a loss. Okay. So next we have, okay, till here any doubts? Till here, if people have any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now till here, this was about supply chain management. Very brief introduction about this. Fine. We have next, information system in retailing. The one best we people are going to use this is because even this information system will be helping you people to hold your supply chain management into as per the plan what has been developed and scheduled for transporting your products from the manufacturer to the customers. Fine. So here information system is the one which will be basically helping any person to take a decision. Also, especially when it comes to retailing, no, this is very greatest tracking device of any products which has been stored, and how best it can be moved from that storage to the customers. So we have something like radio frequency distribution. Okay, what we said as a RFID. Okay, this is a type of a technology which will be used in tracking your the materials which has been stored into the inventory. Fine. Because it also includes like once the product comes from the manufacturer to the inventory of a retailer, and that will be mentioned, as well as the information with respect to that product, those products will be stored, as well as once those are out of the inventory to the customers, even that information will be also stored. Ultimately, inward and outward type of information of materials, maybe a product finished goods which comes under inventory or any storing places, that will be ultimately known, and it can be tracked. Fine. So this is a new type of a tracking technology which has been used nowadays, which will be very unique one in finding the baggages, okay, which has been stored where and how. So this is something like the retailers will be using a type of a remote scanner, okay, which will be reading the tags which has been attached to it. I mean, stick to it, stick to each and every boxes or products. Those tags will be tags will be sticked on the individual products, which includes a different type of information regarding that. What is the product? How much units are there in that box? Fine. Which are those products? What is the color? What is the quantity, the quality, whatever the specification that at anybody should understand. Okay, and if anybody want to understand, if they scan that tag along with the schematically, those people are going to understand, which includes like quantities of the various stock items and their precise location where exactly it has been stored. The other day, when for example, if you go to any maybe retail shops, okay, and you go to a big bazaar, you go to retail mart, or sorry, your Reliance Mart, or any bigger hypermarkets, even including if you go to a smaller shops like branded shoe showrooms, okay, you go to Moshi, you go to Khadims, you go to Bata, you see if, say for example, if you select one product, one shoe, fine, and that shoe may be not of your size, but ultimately if you wish to buy it, they are going to scan it. Some number is scanned, ultimately it will show that in their inventory where exactly the box is situated. Fine. Maybe that easily they can identify it. Instead of opening all the boxes, just they scan it. The scan, after scanning, certain information will come to them, and that information says them that in the inventory into which section, which is that rack, and what is the number. Ultimately, they go to that particular number, into that particular rack, into that section, and they easily they can trace out where exactly the number of that shoe is situated. So somewhere this information will be helping them, and understanding how much quantities are there, stock which has been left into the store or inventory place, fine, and also some precise location of that. So this is how it is. It looks like where the tag what you people are seeing it. Okay, fine. These are the tags which has been attached to that, and once they are going to scan, okay, maybe the scan, any maybe a different type of scanner they get. So this is one example. Once the scan is done, entire information about that will be easily known. So this the tax information is going to be known, and they come to know that how many quantities are there. Maybe this one box is available here, if the another box maybe in the other section, that also the information will be furnished into this screen. So ultimately they are going to find it, and they are going to deliver it. So somewhere like this we are going to use radio frequency identification. There are certain benefits of this. One is like inventory shrinkage. We set on shrinking of inventory, reduction of the inventory. Something like where they are going to track this retail item between, say, from the manufacturers, once it is been purchased from the manufacturer or maybe supplier, and it reaches the point of the sale. So ultimately we can track easily that where exactly the product is and how it is going to be transferred. Okay, then sometimes they like notification like security you are going to get, because this type of RFID tags, they are going to be will be helping you people to understand, where exactly the product is there. Okay, and also when it comes to the security, uh, people cannot stole it. So theft problems will be reduced. Okay, easily people can track. If without payment, if the box moves out of the store also, it can be easily identified. So next we have competitive advantage where it's going to save the money, as I told you, because thefts are going to reduce. Huge inventory comes, huge quantity of similar products can also be stored. The problem of this theft can be reduced, and also because of this, overhead cost also comes down. People related to the who will be looking after the inventory, due to the technology, the reduction of human interference also comes down. Okay, so this is something like product also can be easily sold for the lower price. So next we have this type of RFID smart labeling can be helping you people to understand or monitor unattended the inventory. Okay, where boxes are fallen like anything into the inventory and it has not been scanned properly. This can also can help you people to see to it that where it can be shifted. Okay, where is the section A to Z. Then this automatic item identification, no need to read, just scan the bar or that tag. Ultimately, the ultimate information, complete information about the product can be furnished by the device. Then smart shelf system. This is very unique one because this is going to be designing and also going to be giving a certain real time tracking idea. Okay, and also the location of the tagged items on the shelf. As I told you, the example of a shoe box. If they want to identify exactly the one more shoe or maybe different number of shoes are into the which rack, easily people can identify. The shipping and receiving applications, as I told like something like your inward and outward type of activity, how it has been received. Okay, they scan it, the information is been stored into the machines. Okay, okay, and also how best it's going to be shipped from the retailer to the customers. Then we have like shelf stocking. It's a one part which we people have already discussed with your second point, where it gives you something like real time notification whether the stock is available there in the inventory or not. Easily people can track it. No need to search and go physically. So devices will be helping you people to find whether the stock is available or not. So next we have improvement of product replacement of, sorry. Okay, so somewhere like improvement of product replacement can also happen along with the retention of customers. Okay, where you people easily identify that without a stock any customer who has moved to the competitors, and if you want to reduce it, I think this is the best one. If inventory becomes out of stock, how best you people can make it reach the customers on and okay on time. Okay, and we have fourth one like checkout process where the time which has been used in getting the material into the stock and how best you people can transfer that to the customer's point. So where the time which has been invested, okay, that can be reduced. You can save the time by using this technology. Also, if people can reduce the cost which you are going to incur because of the labor and as well as the time. Then we are going to have something like streamline the checkout process, which with an ability that you can scan multiple items. Okay, and also if people can pay for them at all once instead of calculating separate. These items easily just scan it. Okay, and all the this example maybe the best one is your you go to Demand or any other shopping malls where you take hundreds of different units of different products. They will just scan it and the bill comes with a totaling of all the items price. So this is the best example for that. Then we have overhead reduction, as I told you people, where you're going to reduce the cost of labor. You can save the money. Okay, also save the a time, right? That can be giving an ability of a retailer to increase its efficiency along with the profits, right? Okay, now this completes your total third module. Okay, today is this completes your total module 3. In the next class we are going to begin with the module 4. Fine. So now, okay. Now I request you people that the almost three module that we people have already completed. Fine. So now I am expecting presentation from you people. Fine. It is which is required and mandatory as per the with you that you people have to present on one or the other topics. Fine. So for that, I give total freedom to you people. If you people want to, anybody wants to choose it. Fine. Wants to choose your topics on your own with respect to your there's retail management class. I'm happy for that. Otherwise, I may give you people by considering certain groups, okay, making certain groups, and then later on you people can also continue with that. So any doubts you people have till here with respect to the concept? Any doubts you people have?
No, sir.
Anyway,
No, sir.
fine. I think attendance is coming down slowly. Okay, you people can discuss. Okay, no need to type in the chat because I may not go through the chat. Okay, somebody has chatted here. Steven, no? Steven? 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 Am I audible to you? Steven, are you there? Okay. See, from any module people can choose one module. If anybody wants to wish to do 4 5 students by having your own team, you are most welcome for that. Huh? Okay. Anyway, I'm going to. I know.
Sir, when we
Hello.
have to present,
Please louder. Be louder.
then when we have to present, sir.
Whenever, madam. Anyway, till you once you people complete your in semester, I don't have any problem with that. But thing is, if you are going to select the immediate module, okay, then you have to present it. If it
Okay,
may
sir.
be as next module, fourth module. If you are selecting fourth module, then you have to present it. If you are
Okay,
selecting
sir.
fifth module, then once the fourth module is over, you can go with the fifth module. Okay, there is no hard and fast rule, something like that. Huh?
Sir, can we select previous module?
No, previous module already it has been dealt. No, something new that I am expecting. Right?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Hmm. Okay. Fine then. Huh? Um, we'll do one thing. We'll continue with your next module in the next class. Fine. If anybody finds a new case, please bring it to the class. Let us discuss that those cases into the classes. Fine.
Okay,
Okay. Now
sir.
you people can leave. Huh? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, you have completed 3 modules. In that, we can choose anyone, right?
No, no, no. Any new module that I'm expecting. Okay.
New module means apart from these three, right?
Apart from this, maybe now fourth, fifth, and sixth is left. No. Okay. Out of that, you people can
Yes,
select.
sir. Okay,
Huh?
sir. Okay,
Right.
sir.
Okay. Anyway, I'm concluding the class. Huh?
Okay, sir. Thank you.